Well, I tell you what, it all started with my next guest's children, doesn't it always? They needed help with what to study in school, and so Dad helped them navigate that slippery slope. And then along the way, he started recording his own thoughts about the challenges he faced when starting his own career. The result? This book. It's called Careers. Be savvy, be true to yourself, and don't be a moron. And it's full of lessons and stories based on real-life experiences in the professional business world. Author Jack Minter joins us this morning to talk about it. Jack, good to see you.
Thank you.
First of all, I do love the title, and we'll get to that in just a minute, but what was it about your kids' experiences that made you reflect on your own career choices?
Well, I think a lot of it's what's happening right now is it's very difficult to get a job. There's a lot of turmoil going on in the markets and things like that. So I think you go back a couple generations, you're going to see that, you know, we went to school, we got out, we got a job. We may have made not great choices, but they kind of worked out because everything was the expansion and everything. So I think what's happening now is you have to be more focused. You need to be more careful and, you know, pick what you really want to do because there's just not that many choices out there anymore. So I think having them get good advice. There's the internet now. You can work on the internet a lot and find out a lot of information about what you want to do and how you can do it. Meet the right people, because it's just a lot more difficult now to get a job.
It certainly is. All right, so let me get to the title of the book here very quickly. Be savvy. Be true to yourself, and don't be a moron. We've all heard the expression, you know, if you find work you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But on the flip side, and you know, there's so many people complain about their jobs. I hate what I'm doing. I can't wait till it's 5 o'clock. What are they doing wrong? And are they the morons that you were talking about in the title of the book?
Not really. I mean, everyone gets to be a moron.
Sure.
It's at some point in their life and in their careers. And I think that a lot of people get forced into situations because they need the money. You know, the family wants them to work at a certain thing, or they come from a long line of whatever, accountants or whatever it is, and that's just not what they're wired to be. So I think a lot of times people have to take jobs, and they take jobs based on poor advice and poor choices.
I want to get a little bit specific here, okay? Let's say somebody doesn't like their job and they want to start living their life on purpose, as you say in the book. What are some specific things, Jack, that they can do right now today? Well,
I think, you know, and again, I think one of the issues we have now is we're afraid to do things because if we lose the job we have, it's hard to get another job.
Sure.
So first what you have to do is decide what you like to do. But go find what you like to do that you can get paid for, and then basically go figure out what the skills are that are needed to do that and get those skills. So on purpose. On purpose. On purpose. So while you still have a job, I know a friend of mine when we first got out of college, he had his accounting degree, he got a CPA and wanted to add skills to it. So what he did at night, he went and got his law degree. So it takes a lot, it takes work. You can't just kind of, it just doesn't just happen anymore. So you have to really focus on what you want and go get those skills.
I understand that part of it. It really is important to want to put in the work, but how important is it to have a good team of people around you to go to for advice and encouragement and all of those things?
All those things are so important. I mean, everyone needs to get a group of people around them for advisors, if you will, life coaches. So some people are good at giving advice on different things. So you need to find an advisor on your career, work with people that, you know, do what you already want to do. And hone those skills, but also just in life in general. I mean, through, you know, your personal situations, you need, you know, a coach. Spiritual situation, you need a coach. So everything needs help.
Well, I love what you say in chapter 7. It's called How Not to Get a Job. Listen to this. You write, at least once a week, people that I never met with, heard of, so they send me their resumes. I keep the resumes until people call to follow up. Amazingly, most never do. What should I do with these resumes? Well, I use them for kindling now. Since I'm trying to be green, I shred and recycle them. What are these folks doing wrong? Isn't that what they're supposed to do? They're supposed to send you their resume, right?
Well, they send the resumes in, but they never follow up. And number two, if you're getting a lot of resumes a day, I mean, how do you pick through them?
That's true too, yeah.
So the whole issue, say you have 100 of them. So how do you go through those? Well, what hopefully has happened with those folks is that during college or during their other career they've had and they're trying to move to a different one, they call you and say, hey, I want you to be my coach, a mentor. They find someone in the industry you want to be in and start meeting those people. Go to their organizations, get online. Every career choices has some kind of organization.
That is true.
Go get involved with those. Find the people you want to meet. Read the newspaper. Read their newsletters. Find out who's kind of making things happen.
Now, I do get that, but as you and I talked about a little bit, in this economy and in the recession, some people are so afraid to take that leap of faith because they want to hang on to that job whether they like it or not. They've got to pay the bills. All right, so they may not like what they're doing. It's paying the bills. How do you slowly transition into turning maybe something that you love as a passion and that's a hobby into work?
Well, I think what happens there is it's going to take, if you're going to try to do 2 jobs, which is what you're trying to do, trying to figure it out, so you're going to spend a lot of time at it, number one. So you're going to work your job that you don't like anymore, and you're going to have to work on the weekends or in the evenings.
Like we were saying before, you're just going to have to burn the candle at both ends, and it is what it is. You have to do it. With just about 30 seconds left, so then what is the takeaway? What would you say to our audience right now who wants to be savvy and be true to themselves and don't want to be a moron?
Well, I think a lot of it is just to live life on purpose. You know, make sure you enjoy what you do, get good coaches around you, and be a good coach yourself. Make sure you don't give advice that you shouldn't be giving. Or
that you wouldn't take yourself.
Right.
Yeah, great piece of advice.
Good.
Thank you so much, Jack. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by and sharing this with us this morning.
Sure.
And once again, the book, in case you forgot the title, is called Careers. Be savvy, be true to yourself, and don't be a moron. For more information on Jack or the book, please visit the website jackminter.com.